At the end of the weld seam, feed a sufficient amount of welding rod to fill in any craters. A gas cutting torch is linked together by two tubes, the mixed gas tube and cutting oxygen tube. Pre-mixed fuel gas is supplied to the mixed gas tube, while only oxygen is supplied to the cutting oxygen tube. These two tubes differentiate the cutting torch from the welding torch. Ensure that the torch tip is securely and properly attached to the cutting torch. Improper attachment can result in backfire. Here's how to handle the cutting torch. Open the fuel gas valve slightly, then use a lighter to ignite the acetylene gas. After ignition, open the preheating oxygen valve to feed oxygen. As oxygen is fed, the red flame gradually turns pale blue. Once the flame has become a standard flame, stop the preheating oxygen valve. If the cutting oxygen valve is opened, the standard flame is degraded, so open the preheating oxygen valve to re-establish the standard flame. Close the cutting oxygen valve once a standard flame has been established. Creating a proper preheating flame ensures that a standard flame is formed while the cutting oxygen gas stream is being fed. Let's look at this series of operations again. To ensure good quality cutting, it's important to maintain a relaxed posture so that the cutting torch can be transferred without difficulty from the time you begin cutting to the time you finish. Begin preheating. Keep the torch immobile to conduct preheating until the plate edge becomes red hot. At this time, do not preheat excessively until the plate edge begins to melt. Begin cutting. When dealing with a medium or thick plate, hold the cutting torch tip at a right angle to the material's surface. Also pay attention to the condition and direction of sparks emanating from the plate's bottom surface. A sudden decrease in the volume of sparks, or sparks scattering in the direction opposite the cutting direction, indicate that the cutting speed is too fast. Keep your left hand ready at all times so that you can quickly close the valve if necessary. To guarantee high-quality cutting, proper preheating must be conducted using a preheating flame that has a length and strength suitable for the thickness of the plate to be cut. If your flame is too strong, upper corners of the plate's cut surface melt and become round. Too weak a preheating flame may cause the cutting operation to stop halfway through. In the event cutting stops halfway through, close the cutting oxygen valve immediately and resume the operation from the preheating stage. For a thin sheet, incline the torch tip markedly in the direction opposite from the cutting direction. Guard against backfiring, which can occur if the torch tip becomes clogged as a result of coming into contact with the material's surface. After a period of continuous use, the torch can become overheated. Cool it down by soaking it in cold water while feeding out a small amount of oxygen. Omitting this process may result in backfiring. Now let's learn about flame brazing with a gas welding torch. This bonding method is convenient and used extensively because it offers superior joint strength and produces less distortion than with gas welding. Prepare 2 copper pipes. If the pipes are of the same diameter, process the tip of one pipe to make a flange. Ignite the torch and adjust the flame to make a standard flame. You will use a